Peace. Welcome back to another Worthless Mutts. I am your host for this, I guess you can say, hour. Gore the Dog Butcher, back again to shine the light on this worthless, despicable dog culture. It is a culture that, is able to destroy, kill, annoy, terrorize many people, natural animals, the environment. And it is still allowed to remain in our societies. It's still allowed to remain in our societies. So I'm just checking to see if my mic is working. Should have checked it earlier, but I didn't. But looks like everything is good. But nevertheless, again, dog culture, it is a culture, a cult that that can literally get people killed, where absolutely nothing is going to be done about it. And, like a lot of these dog nuts are going to, they're going to go off topic and, compare dog attacks to anything else. For example, what about cars? Cars kill people, but the thing is, we need vehicles. We need cars to get to place to pick people up who can't walk or run, who have no other mode of transportation. We need cars and vehicles to deliver, product, food, various sources and resources. We need vehicles, but we don't need dogs. We don't need a dog. A dog cannot, let's say you're stranded in the middle of nowhere, and it comes down to you picking either or the car. You're going to choose one thing. And if you choose the dog, you're in the middle of nowhere, you choose the dog to get to your destination, you're not getting anywhere. A smart choice would be to take the car so you can get to places. Because at the end of the day, no one needs these dogs. They're not needed. They're not necessary. They are truly not necessary whatsoever. Emotional support dogs? We've survived millions, I'm going overhead myself, or maybe thousands of years, generations, decades, centuries without these dogs. These emotional support dogs are fairly new. These therapy are still pretty new. So we've been able to revolutionize, to evolve, to grow, to progress without these dogs. So no one needs a dog. And if they say they do, that means they're lying and they're being lied to. You don't need no emotional support dog. What you need is to work on yourself. Find other resources, sources, tactics to help work on yourself, to improve things. Take things away, add things. Maybe it's the people that are around you that are manipulating you. Maybe you need to leave those people, or maybe for a little bit. But dogs are nothing. They do nothing but just cause more problems. I was in a place yesterday. I don't know what hit me. I smelled something. It's like, like you're a character in a movie, and you can smell something, and you're like, what's that smell? And that's what it felt like. I was like, what's that smell? And then when I looked behind me, it was a dog nut with a service mutt, and that thing stunk. I could smell that thing from a distance away. I could smell it from a distance away. That's how bad dogs stink. And people need these stinky things with them. People need to carry stinky dogs with them for emotional support. So while you're getting this so-called emotional support, everyone else around you has to suffer smelling these disgusting, worthless mutts. And that's why I mentioned that these dogs do nothing but terrorize people. If they're not attacking us, they are stinking up the place. And it is only human nature that people don't want to be in places that smell bad. But for some reason, and like I said, dogs get a pass. But for some reason, even though dogs stink so bad, they're pretty much the only stinky things that are allowed to stay stuck and trapped in someone's house. And not just one dog. A lot of these dog nuts have multiple dogs locked up in the house with them. So if I can smell a dog from in a big facility building, feet away from me, and I can smell it. And again, I'm never around dogs to actually smell them that much. And for someone who's not used to the smell of dogs, and if I'm able to smell something so stink with just one dog, a service mutt, imagine these houses, their rooms, their beds, their sofas smelling like multiple stank dogs. Man, these dog nuts, they are crazy. They are certified crazy. And again, it's the things they say and do. This dog culture, again. I know I'm still have the habit of saying again, but dog culture is just the worst. It is the worst. And that being said, there is stigma around people that don't like dogs. There is a stigma around people where they can't say anything negative about dogs. Even when the dog is the problem, they can't say anything bad about dogs. So they keep it in, and instead of blaming and pointing the finger at the dog, what they do is they only focus their energy and the blame and the punishment on the owner, while they allow the dog to continue their ways. In some cases, a lot of dog owners, dog lovers, they hate their dogs. Some people who don't even own dogs, they have to stay around dogs for one reason or another. They will keep their hatred or their dislike of dogs to themselves. They will lie. They will lie because there's this stigma about people hating dogs. It's like hating dogs is against the law. It's like hating dogs is something so despicable. Hating dogs will make you feel guilty. And a lot of people go through this. And a lot of people live their whole lives, keeping their dog hatred, their anti-dogness, keeping their dislike to dogs to themselves. They will live with dogs for their whole lives, even though they hate dogs. Because there's that stigma. There's that stigma. And sometimes in certain things we do in culture and societies, you don't even have to mention it. You don't have to mention it, and it's like people already know instantly. It's like with this dog culture. A lot of dog nuts don't know that there are other people that hate dogs. A lot of dog lovers, they don't know there are other people that really hate dogs. They don't know about the stigma and the guilt. But it just seems so natural to people to feel guilty and to keep their dislikes about dogs to themselves. I don't know how. If I'm making sense here, but I'm not sure how that happens. Like, some people have never met a dog hater in their lives. They've never met a dog hater in their whole entire lives. But even though they hate dogs, they dislike dogs, they're afraid to voice that opinion, to voice the fact, because of the stigma. And how does that? It's to me it's very strange, very, very strange. To, be stigmatized, and you didn't even know that there's stigma about things like hating dogs. It's sad. It is very, very very sad. And I wish people, not to take, take a phrase from something else, but I wish a lot of people just come out of the closet already and just say they hate dogs. They don't have to say they hate dogs, but just be honest about dogs. Just be honest and say, hey, they stink, they're annoying, they're ugly, they're hideous. And just be honest about dogs. And I have some respect for dog lovers. The ones that I have respect for are the ones that join the ugly dog contest. At least they're honest, and they're honest, stating that their dog is ugly. So ugly that they will join a ugly dog contest. That deserves, some recognition here. That deserves some recognition. They have dog lovers. Here I am talking about, stigma. We have dog lovers for many years now that have allowed people to come from all over the world to present their ugly dog to other dog lovers, where they will call their dog ugly, and they will win prizes for it, and the dog lovers will be happy, and they will cheer, and they will celebrate these ugly, hideous dogs. I'm a dog hater here. I'm a dog hater, but it's dog lovers that come up with these, and they sponsor. A lot of these dog nuts dog nut corporations do sponsor these ugly dog contest events. It's just, to me, it is funny. It is funny, but again, I just wish a lot of people would just come out of the closet and just be honest with dogs. Just be honest about them and say, hey, they're ugly, they're hideous, they're annoying. At least maybe to one particular dog, say, hey, your dog's annoying, your dog is this, your dog is dangerous. Be honest, instead of all these lies. And with the stigma, it allows dogs to continue to get away with their worthlessness, with their violence. As we know, when dogs, attack someone or break property, it's not the dog's fault. It's not the dog's fault. It's never the dog's fault. The dog can do A to Z, and it will never be the dog's fault. Always the owner. It's always the owner. Always the owner. Always. Dog cannot do any wrong. Dog cannot do any wrong. But when the dog does something nice that is like not involving attacking people, the dog itself gets worshipped and praised for it. But when the dog is doing something that's negative, it is the owner's fault. It is the victim's fault. And in this dog culture, it's like they have, like in Monopoly, the get out of jail cards. They have like get out of situation card for nearly everything. Everything the dog does. These dog owners and the dog lovers, they have like these get out of situation cards where they use it and they can get out of any situation, or at least help their worthless mutts get out of any situation. Even if this mutt attacked and killed someone, they have cards for that will help protect the dog and make it not seem as bad. And instead of, looking at the dog as the problem, we focus on the victim and the owners. It is crazy. And I wasn't going to talk about this, but this mental health, I think there's a lot of mental health issues going on in dog culture. There is no doubt. Many dog nuts you see are just the worst. They're sick, they're crazy, they're psychotic, they're violent, they're disgusting. I think if you did a survey of guilty individuals in jail, in prisons, I guarantee all of them, all the ones that are truly guilty would all be dog lovers, would all be dog owners. So in this dog culture, there is a mental issue, and there is, and that's why they have these emotional support dogs. If there wasn't any mental health issues in this dog culture, why are there so many mental or so many emotional support dogs or service dogs? Why so many of them? Why so many vests that you can get online? Why so many people that are abusing these service animals, whether they're trying to take flight on a plane or going to a public place, are all taking advantage of it. So how could there not be some kind of mental health issues going on in this dog culture? And these dogs, if not the main symptom, they are a factor, a major factor to why a lot of dog nuts, dog lovers, dog owners are suffering from mental health. Even if it doesn't seem like it, they may seem as normal, but a lot of them are suffering just by them owning these things, wanting to own them, loving dogs, liking dogs. They are suffering inside. They are. And one way that that confirms that dog nuts are mentally sick is that a lot of them, or a few of them, or whatever the case may be, but this is only exclusive to dog culture, because I don't hear anyone else, any other group saying this. No other group has said this, or at least not as much as dog lovers, but they're one of their mottos is dogs are better than people, or dogs are better than humans, dogs are better than children. And if that is not a sign of someone that is sick in the head, I don't know what is. This is not just an attack on every other people, every other human. This is a major attack on themselves. And I seen a comment, I think it was on YouTube. I'm always seeing them. They literally typed, dogs are better than people. So that means dogs are better than them too. Dogs are better than the dog owners, the dog lovers. Which would probably make sense to why dog lovers are always picking up dog shit and walking with them. They're willing to live in a filthy, disgusting house with dogs. Willing to live with dog dander and fur all over their house. Willing to, kiss and to even make out with their dog. So in a way, yes, dogs are better than, I wouldn't say people in general, but dogs are just better than you, dog owners. Even other dog owners will blame you for certain things that happen to a dog. Or whatever a dog does, they'll blame you. Meaning, hey, dogs are better than you. And I think they are better than you. I don't know why you have to exclude everyone else into your mental problems, into your trauma. Dogs are better than you, dog lovers. They're better than you. They are better than you. Don't include me. Don't include anyone else except yourself. Because you know that you are suffering from some mental issues, trauma. To have the audacity to say dogs are better than people is a sign that you're going through stuff. And your solution, even though you're better than people, even though dogs are better than people, you yourself are going to stick something like a dog with you as emotional support. Then you're going to feed it. You're going to do all these things, drug it up, and you're doing everything for this dog. But in the end, you still think that you still say that this very dog is better than you. In this dog culture, it's not rational. If it was rational, then this phrase of dogs being better than people would not exist. They would be like, hey, if I say dogs are better than people, does that mean dogs are better than me too? And it just creates this spiral of mess and filth because dogs are filthy. This dog culture is very filthy. It makes no sense. It's stupid. It's dumb. It's pathetic. It's repulsive. It's disgusting. And you have to be mentally ill and sick and psychotic to be a dog lover and to even hoard them in your house. When I see dogs in videos in someone's house, it just looks weird. To have some nasty thing like a dog in your house, it just looks so weird. It looks out of order. But when I see cats in someone's house, it just looks, again, it's so therapeutic. It calms you down. Cats are just so, cute. They're funny. They just chill there. They relax. God, it's just so But when I see dogs in the house, it's like, ugh. These nasty parasitic things are in your house and they stink, but yet you think dogs are better than people while you're the one picking up and walking with dog shit for blocks? Down the road, you're walking with dog shit. Dude. Oh man. Again, dog culture, it makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. And sometimes this phrase of dogs being better than people, it kind of burns me. It kind of stings me a little bit. It's kind of insulting to say dogs are better than people. And they're going to say dogs are better than children. But weren't you not a child before? So if you weren't a child before and you think dogs are better than people, then you're saying a dog is better than you? In this little post, dogs are better than people. Dogs don't lie. Dogs don't start wars, which is incorrect. They attack. War is fighting. Like any little fight can be a war. Dogs are used in wars. Dogs will attack anything for no reason, any person for no reason. Dogs don't discriminate. Dogs, attack children the most. Like they're the main target. So how do you say dogs don't discriminate? It's when they're always mostly attacking children. They don't entice hatred. And going back to the lie and entice hatred. So I've always like there are times you're around people. There are times where you're around people, and when people do some stupid things, and this is like not dog related, like in general, people will do stupid things, and you kind of want to like you try to like want to figure out like why how they think. You go like, I want to know how they think. I want to know how they operate. What are they thinking? And it's not possible. And the same with all natural animals. I'm talking natural animals. All animals, various animals in the Pacific group, they all are wired to behave a certain way. They're all wired to behave a certain way. And it is hard to get into the head of natural animals and understanding why they do things. It's really hard. Even explaining it is very difficult. Like the way, maybe elephants, like it's hard the way elephants live. It's hard to put in perspective how they think. It's hard to know like what they're thinking. For birds, hard to know what a bird is thinking. But they're just wired to do things in a certain way. All animals, they're wired to do things just like that. And I was thinking to myself, some animals, they will stick together in prides and packs for resources, for territory, and it's very useful. Again, end of the day, being unified is at the end of the day is better than being alone. For the most part, for both there are pros and cons, but for the most part, overall, being with the group is better than being alone. The ants, when they work together, they get things done. The bees, the lions, the wolves, the alligators, the hippos, they stay together. They stay together for protection, for resources, for food, for mating. They stay together. And then there are animals that are by themselves. The tiger, I think the leopards, the moose, maybe rhinos. A lot of other animals are just isolated. Other animals aren't. And I'm wondering, why can't these animals realize, hey, lions stick together and they are pretty successful. The other animals all stick together and they're successful. Wouldn't it be easier to hunt as a group, wouldn't it be easier to stay together as a group? To get your food, to hunt, to live for territory, for protection as a group? Obviously, there are little reasons why, theories of why they don't stay together, because for more resources, for territory, for mating. But at the end of the day, if they stay together, if all animals stayed together, they'd be very beneficial. Take, for instance, when the elephants stay together. While the elephants staying together, they can protect the young. They can protect each other. But when it's something like a tiger hunting by itself, it's hard. Some lions, most lions are in prize, but some lions will hunt alone. But it's when them alone with a pack of hyenas or wild dogs, it's a lot harder. But when you have an army with you, a group with you, it's a lot easier. So again, what I'm trying to say is like it's hard to think how these animals think. Really hard to think how they think. Really hard to I guess understand them. And another thing with understanding, a lot of these dog lovers and some animal lovers I just can't stand. But for for animal lovers and particularly dog lovers, it's because the dog is near you. Instantly they think the animal or the dog loves them. Instantly they think the dog is their child. The dog is their friend. They will speak for the dog. They will think for the dog. They will put words to describe the animal's behaviors. But at the end of the day, we don't know. We have no idea what an animal is thinking. No idea what an animal is thinking. No idea what the animal thinks we are to them. You can take care of a bird or animal for years, but you really don't know what they're exactly thinking. We just put little guesses on them, theories on them, and we kind of just roll with them as fact. That's the same thing with this dog culture. We have no idea what dogs are thinking. No idea what they are thinking whatsoever. But in dog culture, they put these labels on them, these lies, the excuses on them. Oh, the dog is friendly, dog likes you, dog loves you, dog is your friend, dog is family. All these labels, which is all bullshit at the end of the day because they do not know exactly what this dog is thinking. And if they actually knew, if all these dog nuts actually knew what a dog is thinking at all times, then all these dog attacks would not happen, would cease to happen. They'd be able to say, hey, my dog is thinking of attacking. But they don't know that. Some dogs will look. Let's see. Bully greed. Again, especially with these bully breeds. A lot of these. Excuse me for disgusting your eyes, but a lot of these bully breeds will just be like this their whole entire lives. And the owner will just be like, dog is friendly, dog is a good dog, etc., etc. And they act as if they know what the dog is thinking. Looking at this picture, you have no idea what this thing is thinking. No idea what this thing wants. You could be around this dog for years and train all that other bullshit that they say. And the dog can look exactly like this. Hope you can see. Dog can look exactly like this. Right before, the second, the minute, the hour right before it attacks someone. And after it attacks someone, it would look just like this. Just like this. So we dog nuts, you don't know what a dog is thinking. And many times when these things do attack, the dognet says, we'll take their word for it this time, but the dognet will say, that dog has never showed aggression before. Dog has never showed aggression before. And they turn their back for 1 second, or maybe they don't turn their back, and boom, dog looking like this decides to attack just like that. We've seen countless videos of pit bulls, bully breeds, the dim-witted bully breed nutter walking their thing, and it looks normal just like this. It looks normal, like it's not going to attack. Then the next second, it does attack. We've seen this. Seen them attack people. Seen them attack other dogs. And after they're done attacking, they look just like this. So fact remains that is that dog nutters, dog experts, they don't know what a dog is thinking. They don't know. They don't know what a dog is thinking or what it wants. That's why this dog culture is full of lies and excuses. Lies and excuses and labels with absolutely zero facts. Zero facts. And if it were factual, then every dog nutter would be saying the same exact thing. Or at least most of them. Let's say maybe 80% of them would be saying the same exact thing. But many dog nuts are always saying something different. They sort of state the same, but they say different things. It's just crazy. But in the news, the few of these upstick in pet dog attacks in cities. Take a look at recent cases of canine ferocity. Again, this is nothing new under the sun. They're acting as if it's the first time there has been an outcry of dog attack. It's not the first time, not the first year. These dog attacks have been going on for many, many years. And I did a video on this dating back to the 1800s of dog attacks that have occurred. So this is nothing new, but they always do this. Even in a fresh year like this, 2024, they always act as if it's the first time that there's been dog attacks. Now, this has been going on for too long all around the world. And they say there's been an upstick of incidents involving dogs attacking people, especially kids, just like I said. About dogs not discriminating. They will attack kids. Usually they will only, always attack kids. And resulting in death or grievous injuries across the country. Recently, such incidents have become a concern for the society. And they say recently, only recently. I'm not sure where this is. This is India. It's in India. And it's not just recently. This has been going on. There's again, I'm not sure about the outcry of what the citizens of India are saying about these dog attacks. I don't know that. But from the stories that I've been reading for the last 4 or 5 years of doing this, a lot of dog attacks have occurred in these countries of India, where a lot of these dogs are strays in the streets. They're strays. They're all over. They're attacking children. They're attacking babies, entering hospitals, attacking babies, attacking people left to right. And there are videos and articles of the citizens there feeding these dogs, and then they have rules where you can't hurt these dogs. So it's just weird how they're like, there's an uptick in dog attacks in the cities, but at the same time you're not allowed to hurt the dog. At the same time you're feeding the dog. At the same time there are dogs everywhere. So again, dog culture, it's not rational. And just like I was saying before, it's hard. It's very hard to understand the way people think or animals think, or even these worthless mutt think. It's really hard, even though these things have been going on for centuries. attacking babies that are day old. Even dog gods like Caesar Milan's dog is attacking other dogs and people. Dogs are attacking their owners. Their hands that feed them, the hands that have rescued them. They're attacking and killing them. But anyways, so a dog bully attacked a girl in an elevator in the housing society of, I'm not going to pronounce this, I'll say UPN. We have a 5-year-old that was attacked by dogs. We have a 6-year-old that was attacked by another dog. Then we have a pet pit bull attack the neighbor's 15-year-old boy. Let's see what this is all about. A 15-year-old boy received grave injuries after being attacked by the neighbor's pet pit bull in UPG on Tuesday afternoon. The incident from the city near the national capital was captured on surveillance cameras. Individuals that have now emerged. The dog pins the boy off to the ground and attacks as a man and a woman look on without raising an alarm or intervening. The boy then tries to get the dog off of him and rolls on the dog while someone throws water to distract the dog. Oh gosh. In a few moments, the boy managed to get up and runs to safety without the dog with the dog still following him. And they are asking, this is nothing new. Worldwide, this is nothing new. Nothing new. And they're asking, or they're acting, they're acting as if this is something new. Some more water. Man banned from owning should be dogs after fatal Calgary dog attack. The owner of 3 Calgary dogs that got loose and mauled a woman to death in 2022 has been ordered to pay $15,000 within 1 year and banned from owning dogs for 15 years. So this happened in 2022, and it is only now, in 2024, that there is a verdict for this dog nutter. That's a lot of time. A lot of time for him to hide evidence, to run away, to get away. A lot of time. And now they're giving him 15 years. So for 15 years, he can't own a dog. That's it? No jail time? That's it? He agreed to have one of his dogs euthanized and pleaded guilty to 2 out of the 12 bylaw charges in relation to the death of the 86-year-old Betty Ann Williams. He holds hope the other 2 dogs will be returned. So he's banned from owning dogs, but then hopes the other 2 dogs will be returned to him. They said to take no steps in euthanizing all 3 immediately is irresponsible. It is psychotic. I use the word psychotic. The fate of the other 2 worthless mutts will be determined by another court at a later date. So for this whole time, they're still alive. I'm guessing. This is my guess. For this whole time, this act happened in 2022. It's now 2024, and these other dogs that were with him during the attack are still alive today. I don't get it. I don't get it. New measures proposed to help curb loose, dangerous dogs in San Antonio. I think we discussed this Beware of Dog sign regarding issues in Canada, or in Toronto, or Ontario to be specific. So again, they were just saying that if you have a dangerous dog, just put this sign up or to tag the dog. And I was like, how is that going to prevent dogs from attacking? Dogs get loose all the time. They go over, under, through fences. Even on walks, they will, even on a leash or whatever, they will still attack people. So how does that help anything? It's like, there's a serial killer living in the neighborhood, and all you do is you put up a sign that says, beware of serial killer. It's like, hey, he can still walk out into public. Oh, we have a tag on him. You see where I'm going? It's ridiculous. The issue of dangerous, loose, and roaming dogs in San Antonio is severe and ongoing. The first change would be steeper penalties for people whose dogs get loose over and over. Again, a lot of dog nuts don't know about this. They don't know about dog attacks. A lot of them, when they get a dog, even dog lovers who've been owning dogs for years, they don't know anything about dog attacks. Nothing. And when they see the result of a dog attack, they are shocked. They are stunned. So stunned that they're going to blame the owner. But again, these penalties do nothing. It does nothing. Let's say these penalties are in place, and a dog that does get a dog, and that same dog does attack someone. These penalties here, it didn't prevent anything. It didn't. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. It might. Maybe it might, tell dog nuts to be, I don't know, responsible. But end of the day, like I was saying again, we don't know what dogs are thinking. We don't know what dogs are thinking. They look like this for the whole day, and the next minute they're attacking people. So these fines, the dogs don't even know about the fines. So it's like, what's the point? Again, talking about fines. And the final proposal in request is to create a program for people wanting to file dangerous or aggressive dog. But wouldn't a dog have to attack first before it's deemed dangerous? Don't dogs have to bite at least once before they're deemed even aggressive? They have that one bite rule where dogs are allowed to bite once. They get a free bite. They get to bite your arm once. And that's fine. Apparently. So again, these solutions are nonsensical. Very much nonsensical. I think this is in India as well. I kind of read this one in the heading, but again, dog attacks a girl in a housing society lift in Nordia, Sector 107. Not gonna watch it obviously because of YouTube. But this is ongoing. This is just ongoing. You know, it's not just one issue with dogs. It's not just one issue with dogs. Again, I hope I am recording, because I do see the meter on. I know I usually do check, but I just didn't check this time. My device is on microphone. My microphone is not muted. So I do hope I've been talking. Hope you've been hearing something. But anyways, the things they dog nuts say and do is despicable. Very despicable. And many dog lovers, people who put up with dogs, they are being stigmatized. Indirectly stigmatized. The dog lover, they don't have to say anything. But somehow there's a stigma where they will not say anything negative about dogs. Even when a dog does attack and kill someone, the dog is protected. Instead, the victim and the owner will take the blame. Dog culture, I think a lot of them are very mentally ill. Even if they look normal, even if they do look healthy, I think something is going on with them. To have and to hoard such dangerous, ugly, stinky, smelly, filthy, disgusting creatures in their home, or to touch them, to have them lick on your face is just a sign that something is wrong with you. To have dangerous dogs that can kill you, then kill your children, you locked up in the same household, is a sign of mental illness, sign of something is wrong with you. And if I'm being, over the top, then why do a lot of dog nuts have these emotional support dogs? Why do they have all these service dogs with them? Because something is wrong with them. But the solution to them is to keep hoarding dog. It's like someone is, suffering from alcoholism. Excuse my pronunciation. Alcoholism. Excuse my pronunciation. And their solution is to give them more alcohol. Maybe not as strong, but to give them more alcohol. It doesn't make sense. And then we have dog lovers saying dogs are better than people. And the way I see it, it's an insult towards people in general. It's an insult to myself because I know damn well no dog is better than me. No dog is better than me. Because dogs are worthless. They're worthless. And I know they're worthless just by the things they do. Just what they are. They're worthless. And just by these dog lovers saying that dogs are better than people, they're really saying the dogs are better than them. Because I think, and I know, and I feel like they hate themselves. They hate themselves so much that they have to get something like a dog and pick up their shit and walk with it. And to live with something so filthy and disgusting has to be a sign that they really do hate themselves. They've been traumatized. But we have a society that stigmatizes hating dogs, that is full throttle worshiping dogs. Everywhere you go, it's dog this, dog that, dog that. So it's like, where do you go? Where do you go when everyone else is a dog nutter? So it's not surprising why they would be suffering from mental illness. It's like going through stuff where you're in a prison and you hate it there and there's nowhere to go. You'll be driving yourself crazy. You'll be doing some things that are just totally wrong, out of place, out of order. And in this society in general, that's how it is. It's just dog this, dog it, dog is, dogs. No one speaks other than, few of us, no one speaks negative about dogs. And it's very rare to hear it. It is very rare to hear it. And even me, I tend to keep, unless I'm provoked, or it comes up or someone asks about it, then I'm going to give it to them. But overall, Let things go. Mind my business. Mind my own business. I do this. I do that. But even while I mind my own business, dogs are still everywhere. Everywhere. So imagine a person who dislikes dogs, but they can't say or do anything. Must be very sad. Must be very, very sad. But anyways, I'm going to end it there. This is another Worthless Mutts. I am Ward the Dog Butcher. And remember, it is okay to hate.